Hello viewers, I'm your host Shivangi Mishra with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show with New Zealand's Deputy Prime Minister's successful tour of India, which was seen as an essential step in advancing the two countries' relationship to the next level. Deputy PM Winston Peters held a productive meeting with India's External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar, discussing cooperation in Commonwealth and the United Nations Security Council reforms. India and New Zealand share warm and friendly relations based on the commonalities of democratic traditions and shared values bolstered by strong people-to-people ties. A report.
New Zealand's Deputy Prime Minister Winston Peters, who was an official visit to India from March 10 to 13, emphasized the significance of India to his country and highlighted the importance of the meetings for strengthening bilateral relations. While lauding the ties between the two nations, Winston said that India's importance to New Zealand's society, economy and security is growing. Winston was on his first visit to India after the new government in New Zealand assumed office in 2023. In New Delhi, Winston held a productive meeting with India's External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar, discussing cooperation in Commonwealth and the United Nations Security Council reforms. Taking to the social media platform X, S Jaishankar said that both of them agreed on enhancing political and economic relations and people-to-people ties.
Well, it's been very important, very interesting. We think we're making a lot of progress. We went to Gujarat first, and now we're in Delhi, and talking to key ministers like the Minister for Foreign Affairs here, who you know, Jaishankar, somebody I've known for some time. So yes, very important. India is very important to us. The meetings are very important to us too.
During his visit to Delhi, Deputy PM Peters also attended the Women's Premier League match between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Mumbai Indians at Arun Jaitley Stadium. At the event, Winston expressed his excitement about women's cricket in India.
Well, I think it's very exciting. It's tremendous to see how popular women's cricket is. This is new, but it's happening really fast. And I'm here to watch a New Zealander out there called Divine score a century here today. But of course, you don't have to score a century because you're not chasing that many.
And New Zealand player also playing in this. What do you want to say?
Yes, on the other side. Well, their score wasn't high enough, but let's see. We're going to be neutral. There's one New Zealand on each side.
Peters concluded a successful tour of India, describing it as an essential step in advancing the two countries' relationship to the next level. Winston Peters also called on the Vice President of India, Jagdeep Dhankar, at the Uprashtrapati Niwas. India and New Zealand share warm and friendly relations based on the commonalities of democratic traditions and shared values bolstered by strong people-to-people ties. The two countries are engaging in cooperation across a wide range of areas, including trade and economy, defense and security, education and research. Bilateral relations were established in 1952 between India and New Zealand. New Zealand has identified India as a priority country in its opening doors to India policy, notified in October 2011, which was reiterated by New Zealand in 2015.
Moving on. In a world grappling with the persistent threat of terrorism and religious extremism, Pakistan stands at the center of attention. Pakistan's history is marred by the utilization of religion and terrorism as state policies, profoundly impacting peace in the region. A recent international symposium held in Geneva brought together experts and activists to shed light on the alarming situation unfolding in the South Asian nation. A report.
In a symposium held in Geneva, experts and activists gathered to illuminate the ongoing issues of terrorism and religious extremism in Pakistan, emphasizing their profound impact on peace in South Asia. As the symposium unfolds, a sobering discussion ensues, delving into the historical utilization of religion and terrorism as a state policies in Pakistan. This dark history has disproportionately affected marginalized communities such as the Pashtuns, Baloch and Sindhis. They have been striving for independence for decades, with Pakistani security forces facing accusations of committing serious human rights abuses in the region. Enforced disappearances in Balochistan have been a long stain on Pakistan's human rights record. Victims of enforced disappearances include political workers, journalists, human rights defenders, and students. Similarly, in Sindh and Pashtun, the Pakistani army held arbitrary arrests, enforced disappearances, torture, extrajudicial killing, and political repression as a tool to silence their voice and struggle. Amidst the discourse, activists stressed the urgent need for the international community to take notice and hold Pakistan accountable on a global platform. Fazlur Rahman, president of Khyber Institute, highlighted the historical oppression faced by Pashtuns, Baloch and Sindhis, attributing it to the use of religion and terrorism as a state policies by Pakistan.
As you know, right from the inception of convoluted state of Pakistan, the religion and terrorism has been used as state policy and tool to oppress and suppress the historical nations of Pakistan, just like Pashtuns, Baloch and Sindhis. And you know about the consistent, continuous wars in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, in which thousands of innocent Pashtuns and Baloch had been killed, and thousands are forcibly disappeared and tortured. So it's very important for the international community to take notice of this state-sponsored terrorism in the region and make the state of Pakistan accountable to United Nations and the International Court of Justice.
Pakistan not only has an abysmal record of human rights, but also the country sponsors cross-border terrorism. Since its formation in 1947, Pakistan has consistently engaged in acts of cross-border terrorism, particularly targeting India. New Delhi has borne the brunt of numerous egregious attacks, all orchestrated and backed by Pakistan. These include the attacks on the Indian Parliament in 2001, the 2005 Delhi bombings, the 2008 Mumbai terror attack, as well as assaults on the Pathankot air base and the army camp in Uri, all attributed to Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. Arif Ajakia, a human rights activist, boldly labelled Pakistan as the epicenter of global terrorism and a major purveyor of religious extremism. He urged the international community, notably the United Nations, to take decisive action, proposing the designation of Pakistan's army and ISI as terrorist organizations and the enforcement of sanctions.
Pakistan is epicenter of global terrorism, and it has always promoted religious extremism in different parts of world, especially in the neighboring countries of India, Afghanistan, and even recently Iran also attacked by missiles in Pakistan, targeting a religious extremist outfit created by the mother of all terrorism, Inter-Services Intelligence, ISI of Pakistan. I would convey my message to the international authorities, especially United Nations, that Pakistan Army and its notorious intelligence agency ISI should be declared terrorist groups. They should be, Pakistan should be sanctioned, embargo should be imposed, and all the serving and retired Pakistan Army officers should be brought to International Court of Justice for War Crime Tribunal and should be punished as war criminals.
As the symposium draws to a close, The glaring reality of Pakistan's complicity in sponsoring terrorism and nurturing extremism casts a long shadow over the international community. The evidence presented leaves no room for doubt. Pakistan's fingerprints are all over some of the most heinous acts of violence and terror witnessed in recent history.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi witnessed tri-services exercise performed collectively by Indian Navy, Army and Air Force in northwestern Jaisalmer on March 12th. Joint Army personnel from the subdivisions were seen performing battle drills in Pokhran firing field to showcase their defense capabilities to Prime Minister Modi. Prime Minister Modi hailed the success of Bharat Shakti or Made in India over the last decade and also announced the domestic designing, development and manufacturing of 5th generation fighter aircrafts in India.
हमने देश को रक्षा क्षेत्र में आत्मनिर्भर बनाने के लिए एक के बाद एक बड़े कदम उठाए। 5th जनरेशन लड़ाकू विमान भी हम भारत में ही डिजाइन, डेवलप और मैन्युफैक्चर करने वाले हैं।
A group of plaintiffs rejoiced on March 14th after Japan's High Court in the northern city of Sapporo said that a ban on same-sex marriage is unconstitutional, the first such ruling by an appeals court on the matter.
本当に望んでた待ちに待った違憲判決が出て今すっごく嬉しい気持ちです。これまで多くの方がこの訴訟に協力してくださったおかげで出た判決だとも思っております。
Japan is the only G7 nation without legal protection for same-sex unions. The debate on whether Japan's laws against same-sex marriage are unconstitutional has split lower courts, with one district court holding the bar to be constitutional but others saying it is unconstitutional in varying degrees. Although opinion polls from 2023 show about 70% of the people support same-sex marriage, the conservative Liberal Democratic Party of Prime Minister Fumio Kishida opposes it. South Korean and US troops held combined live firing drills on March 14th, wrapping up their annual joint military exercise aimed at deterring North Korea's threats. The drills, known as the Freedom Shield exercises, kicked off on March 4th for an 11-day run and were the first to take place since Pyongyang scrapped a 2018 inter-Korean military pact aimed at de-escalating tensions in November. The live firing exercise also included a demonstration of unmanned surveillance drones and featured about 40 tanks and armored cars and mobilized about 300 South Korean soldiers and about 30 US soldiers.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stones for 3 semiconductor facilities in India, marking a significant step towards the country's goal of becoming a semiconductor manufacturing hub. In recent times, there has been a significant increase in the demand for semiconductors due to various factors, including the growing acceptance of 5G technology, the increasing demand for processing units due to cryptocurrency mining, and the government's ongoing efforts towards digitalization. Take a look.
भारत अभी जो फैसले ले रहा, जो नीतियां बना रहा, उसका भी हमें स्ट्रेटेजिक एडवांटेज मिलेगा.
The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, on March 13th addressed India's Decade Chips for Viksit Bharat program and laid the foundation stone for 3 semiconductor projects worth about rupees 1.25 lakh crores via video conferencing. The foundation stone was laid for 3 crucial projects, the semiconductor fabrication facility at the Dholera Special Investment Region, DSIR Gujarat, outsourced semiconductor assembly and test OSAT facilities at Moregaon in Assam and Sanand in Gujarat. While addressing the youth across the country on the occasion, PM said that Made in India semiconductor chips will take the country towards self-reliance and modernity.
ये भारत को सेमीकंडक्टर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का एक बड़ा ग्लोबल हब बनाने में मदद करेगी। मैं सभी देशवासियों को इस महत्वपूर्ण पहल के लिए, एक महत्वपूर्ण शुरुआत के लिए, एक मजबूत कदम के लिए इस आयोजन को लेकर के बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं।
Recognizing the significance of the semiconductor industry, the Indian government has implemented various measures and policies. In December 2021, the government committed an impressive ₹76,000 crores, that is $10 billion to catalyze the semiconductor manufacturing ecosystem in India. In July last year, Semicon India Conference 2023 was organized in Gujarat's Gandhinagar, which proved to be a success as leaders of the industry hailed India's vision in this sector. The theme of the Semicon India Conference 2023 was catalyzing India's semiconductor ecosystem. PM Narendra Modi had invited global semiconductor majors to take first movers advantage and invest in India. The conclave witnessed participation of major companies such as Micron Technology, Applied Materials, Foxconn, SEMI, AMD, among others. It has been the Prime Minister's vision to position India as a global hub for semiconductor design, manufacturing and technology development, fostering the creation of employment opportunities for the nation's youth.
हमने 2 साल पहले सेमीकंडक्टर मिशन शुरू करते हुए इनिशिएटिव लेने की घोषणा की। इसके कुछ ही महीनों में हमारे पहले एमओयू साइन हो गए और आज सिर्फ कुछ महीनों के भीतर हम 3 प्रोजेक्ट्स का शिलान्यास कर रहे हैं। इंडिया कमिट्स, इंडिया डिलीवर्स एंड डेमोक्रेसी डिलीवर्स।
In recent times, there has been a significant increase in the demand for semiconductors due to various factors, including the growing acceptance of 5G technology, the increasing demand for processing units due to cryptocurrency mining, and the government's ongoing efforts towards digitalization. With its population of over 1.4 billion and robust education system, India has the potential to become a talent powerhouse in the semiconductor industry and help ease the severe shortage of skilled professionals. The Hindu festival Mahashivratri was recently celebrated with great fervour and gaiety, with devotees keeping fast and offering prayers to Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, commemorating the merging of masculine and feminine energy essential for creation and balance in the universe through taking out religious processions and recreating their marriage. Take a look. As the soul-stirring Sankanath and the rhythmic beating of Damru bells resonated the hearts and minds of people with devotion, every corner of Bharat echoed with the chants of Har Har Mahadev in unison. After all, the most awaited Mahashivratri festival often considered the great night of Shiva, was here. The Indian festival Mahashivratri holds great significance in Hindu religion as the marriage of Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati symbolizes the merging of masculine and feminine energies essential for creation and balance in the universe. Mahashivratri is annually observed on the 14th day of the dark fortnight in the Hindu month of Falgun between February and March. The festival also commemorates Shiva's cosmic dance, Tandav, depicting the cycle of creation and destruction. Recently, on the occasion of Mahashivratri, Hindu devotees across the world celebrated the sacred festival by keeping fast and offering prayers to Lord Shiva.
आज फाल्गुन मास के कृष्ण पक्ष की त्रयोदशी तिथि है, जिसको कहते हैं महाशिवरात्रि। शिवरात्रि तो से हर महीने पड़ती है, पर ये जो शिवरात्रि है ये महाशिवरात्रि है। आज के दिन कहा जाता है शंकर और पार्वती जी का शुभ विवाह होता है और रात्रि में भी होती है। यहाँ दूर दूर से अनेकों लोग आते हैं, जहाँ आपके MP हो गया, UP हो गया, आपके देवरिया हो गया, रुद्रपुर हो गया, सलेमपुर हो गया, अलग अलग जिलों से सभी लोग आते, गंगा स्नान करते हैं और बाबा को जल चढ़ाते हैं।
The temples around the globe reverberated with lot chants of mantras and prayers by devotees who appeared with their families and loved ones to the shrine to perform puja or sacred offerings as part of their devotion. On this occasion, devotees were also seen taking holy baths in water bodies while anointing the Shivlingam in temples with flowers and sacred water from the holy river Ganga. Over thousands of devotees, all dressed in ethnic and religious outfits, were witnessed standing in queues outside the Shiva temples on this auspicious day. Devotees believe Shiva bestows his blessings upon everyone who offers him prayer with a true heart and that all their wishes get fulfilled.
बस भोले बाबा से यही मांगना है कि वो साथ रहे और कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए, बस भोले बाबा साथ रहे, सब कुछ मिल जाएगा। शिवरात्रि के दिन हम लोग मतलब बचपन से जब से आए हैं तब से हम लोग पहाड़ी मंदिर सुबह आते हैं, 4 बजे आते हैं, सुबह का प्रातः काल में उनका दर्शन करते हैं, जल अभिषेक करते हैं, जल चढ़ाते हैं और दिन भर फास्टिंग रहता है। फिर शाम में बारात में निकलते हैं, बाबा का बारात में शामिल होते हैं।
During Mahashivratri, many devotees observe a full day and night fast, while others consume only fruits and milk to sustain them for the entire day. The night is also believed to be an ideal time for meditation, self-reflection, and spiritual practices, as many wake up for the entire night religiously to showcase their devotion to Shiva, the god of destruction. The festival is believed to have originated in the 5th century BC.
आज महाशिवरात्रि है। आज भोले बाबा को बहुत दूर दूर से भक्त आ रहे हैं जल चढ़ाने के लिए। हम भी सुबह 5 बजे से लाइन में लगे हुए हैं। हमारे अब दर्शन हुए, छोटे बच्चे को लेकर हम साथ आए, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा।
While the country soaked in the devotion of Lord Shiva, the nation witnessed an enthusiastic wave among Hindu devotees who showcased their artistic talents on the occasion to carve a wonderful figure of Shiva in sand. Moreover, as a part of the age-old tradition, devotees also took out a religious procession, Barat, at night as Mahashivratri reinforces the importance of marriage, balance, and spiritual growth. Festivities in India are a core part of its age-old established cultural tapestry, which has been weaved through the fabric of brotherhood and harmony. These festivals are not just an opportunity to get along with families and friends, but also offer a moment of relaxation beyond the hectic lifestyle. Mahashivratri holds immense importance among people who are on the spiritual path. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.